Pulisic takes it short to Weah. Pulisic has it back now through the traffic. Pulisic, what a goal! What a start for the United States!
Kenny C, back at it again on another episode of the Kenny C Show. Today, I am going to be discussing a sport that I have never talked about on this platform, on my channel, until now. Disclaimer, I do not claim to be an expert. I do not claim to be a savant. I am not nearly as well versed in this sport as I am in others. With that being said, we are going to talk some footy, some football, some soccer, as us Americans like to call it. I will be focusing primarily on Team USA in Copa America and Team Italy's performance in the Euros, given the fact that these are 2 out of my 3 nationalities. Irish is the 3rd, but let's face it, Ireland, in recent memory at least, has not been the best at soccer. In fact, they've only made the Euros 3 times in their country's history since the Euro started in 1960, 1988, 2012, and 2016. Let's get into Team USA and Copa America facing the brink of elimination on Monday against Uruguay, who is one of the best teams in the entire tournament. They are actually the 3rd or 4th best favorite, I believe, to win the entire thing. Group C, they have 6 points, Team USA and Panama with 3 apiece, and Bolivia with 0. The other option, if USA can't get it done on Monday, is that Bolivia pulls off a massive upset over Panama. I don't see that happening, so USA's got to saddle up, giddy up, and get on their high horse to win this game. It's going to be a tall task. They could have already advanced to the quarterfinals, but they lost in a crippling defeat to Panama, 2-1, primarily because Tim Weah received a red card early on, was ejected for his hit to the back of the head of Panama's Roderick Miller. This crippled the USA for the remainder of the game, 75 plus minutes playing with just 10 guys. It's going to get you eventually, and it did. Ivan Barton was the referee for this match. This guy's given 7 red cards in the last 4 USMNT games. You do with that what you will, but let's call it how it is. I recall a moment in the game where Fokran Balogun was fouled. Finally, a yellow card was given, and Balogun and Balogun, mouths, "You're finally gonna make a call. You're finally gonna call something." It's like there was far too many egregious penalties on, or fouls I should say, on Panama that should have been called that were not called until the later half of the game. But with that being said, Balogun with an absolute snipe, a beaut, what class, as the announcers like to say. It was a sick goal. That was right after Weah got ejected, but it was only going to last so long with 10 guys. Panama equalizes. Into the second half we go. USA was playing, very conservatively, because they kind of had to. They ran out of gas. By the 83rd minute, with 7 minutes to go, Panama scores to put them up 2-1. USA can't overcome that. It was a rough one. Captain Christian Pulisic came out after the game and said, we got to be better. We have to be better. Tim Weah took full responsibility for what happened. He said it on Instagram, actually. He's suspended now for this game against Uruguay, which means that Gio Reyna needs to step up big time. He will now command his previous or long-time position of right wing. So hopefully that goes well with him at that position. Now you have other guys that need to step up, that will step up. Tim Ream, the veteran, he was offsides early on in the game against Panama, which an early 1-0 lead by USA was called back. Greg Berhalter's gotten a lot of flack for the way that this team just looks undisciplined, and his lineups, I know he's been widely criticized for the way he's constructed the team in terms of the lineup and where they, each position. But the good part, on the good half of his career with Team USA, he's been able to accrue all of this young talent. Sergio Dest, Tyler Adams, to name a couple others, Weston McKennie. But unfortunately, it has not looked good, at least against Panama. Prior to that, USA was able to pull out a 2-0 win over Bolivia, but like we said, Bolivia is not the best. They have 0 points in Group C. So Team USA needs to put their best foot forward. They do have a bit of history against Uruguay, 2-2-4 overall, the two countries against each other head-to-head. The first time they played was 1924 in the Olympics in Paris. USA is accustomed to playing on their heels because they pulled out a big win in the World Cup in 2022 when they beat Iran 1-0 in the last group stage game to advance to the round of 16. So let's go USA, 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 baby. Italy, the defending Euro champions back in 2021, technically the 2020 Euros. They beat England in that thriller of a game in PKs, and now they have been eliminated in a stunning loss to Switzerland 2-0 today, much to the dismay of Luciano Spalletti. His squad just looked flat throughout the entire game. They had one actual shot on net for the entirety of the game. Switzerland dominated possession 70-something% in that first half. I mean, Italy just looked defeated from the get-go. They looked kind of lazy. There was a couple lazy moments from Pellegrini, and they did not have that high voltage. Pretty much, actually, you could say that about the entire Euros. They've trailed in each of the 4 games in the Euros. They fell to Spain in a close 1-0. More recently, against Croatia, a team that they should have beat with ease, it took until the 97th minute for Mattia Zakanya to have that epic goal which tied it. They drew against Croatia and kept them alive, kept them afloat, and then they go into this game and they just look flat-footed. They lose in the round of 16. Going to this one, they were without one of their defenders who was a rising star in this Euros, Riccardo Calafori. Unfortunately, he did not play, and Gianluca Mancini took his place. But an overall disappointing effort from Italy. You hate to see Gianluigi Donnarumma, who's one of their best players and one of their best goalkeepers in team history. He was the youngest goalkeeper to start for them in a World Cup when he was 17 years old, 6'6". He is outstanding. He is the definition of world class. Unfortunately for him, he put the team on his back in many of these games, these 4 games in the Euros. Fortunately for him, he made a big stop in the 20th minute against Embolo, but Italy they did not have it. They just did not have it out in front of them. They could not get it done. Alessandro Bastoni, after scoring against Albania, I was looking for him to do something. Nicolo Barella, he couldn't do anything. He scored against Albania as well, but nobody really put a good foot forward in this game. Federico Chiesa tried to get something going in the round, I think it was like the 86th minute or so. Puts his hands up like, where is everybody? Where's everybody to pass to? They just looked discombobulated. So it's a stunning defeat, and let's hope that they gear up, because according to a lot of the media in Italy, they are more so gearing up for 2026 for the next World Cup. And let's hope that they can galvanize the squad, and hopefully Spalletti can get his guys going and ready for 2026.